I'm going to show you how to create dummy variables for a categorical variable. Now you'll need to do this if you want to use a nominal variable like I have here, ethnic group, in something like multiple regression. So I'm going to create a new variable for each one of my responses. And I have 5 possible responses. So if I double click on ethnic group, I can have a look at my variable view. If I go over to my value labels, I can see that I have 4 different ethnic groups listed: white, European, Asian, West Indian, African. I want to create a new variable for each one of these. So for example, if I create one for Asian, 1 means the participant's Asian, 0 means that they're not. The same thing for West Indian, African, and then for other. I'll go ahead and click OK and show you how to do this. If you go to transform, we're going to recode into different variables because I want to create new variables. I don't want to replace my existing data. I have some old data there, so I'm going to hit reset and find ethnic group, move it over to my variables box. I'm going to write the name of my variable, so I'm first going to create a dummy variable for white European. Click change. My variable name will appear in the output box. Click on old and new values. Now the old value for white European is 1. So if a participant is white European, the new value should also be 1. For all other ethnic groups, that would be all other values, I want to assign a value of 0, which means they're not that ethnic group. Go ahead and click continue and then OK. Go back to my data file, I can see a new variable called white European. I'm going to change the decimal places to 0. I'm going to change the level of measurement to nominal, and now I'm going to give it value labels. So if it takes a value of 1, that means the participant is white European. Make sure I click add. And if it has a value of 0, it means the participant is not white European. They are an other ethnic group. Click add. When you're done, go ahead and click OK. Now, if we have a look at the data view, I can see that for each participant, they're either white European or other, and my values are 1s and 0s. I'm going to repeat this process for one more ethnic group to show you how. We're going to do it for Asian. So if we go back to recode into different variables, make sure to click reset, move ethnic group over. The name of my variable is Asian. Click on change so that it shows in the box. Old and new values. My old value for Asian is 2. And the new value is going to be 1. That means if a participant is Asian, I want the value to be 1 for the new variable. All other values, I want them to be 0 because the participant is not Asian. Go ahead and click continue and then OK. If I go back to the variable, I can see I have a new variable called Asian, that's 0s and 1s. I need to give it value labels, so if I go to the variable view, I'm going to change decimals to 0. Again, I'm going to change my level of measure to nominal, and then I'm going to change my value labels. Now remember, the whole point of doing this was to create a dummy variable which is 0s and 1s. That's the definition of a dummy variable, which is why we are using 0s and 1s. So just like white European, I changed 1 to mean Asian and 0 to mean other. If I go back and have a look, I can see now that if a participant's white European, they should be other under Asian because they can't be both. Now you'd repeat this process for each possible ethnic group. So in this case, I would have 5 new variables, and they would all be 0s and 1s. So 0 meaning no, and 1 meaning yes.